So it seems that everybody is talking about remodeling costs. And you may have seen this brought up a lot if you're in any of the groups on Facebook or if you're on Instagram or TikTok or even on YouTube or you watch HGTV shows. But cost is always a factor. I will say that the best place to start is to go to the cost versus value report that Remodeling Magazine puts out every year. And I'll link the report down below. It changes every year and it lists out low, medium, high. And based on, the square footage, what you're doing, the area that you live in, and then what you could expect to get on that return. And every year it changes as to what will bring in the biggest return for you. Now, I will say, let's just talk basics here. Let's talk upkeep on your home, all right? And if you haven't maintained your home, let's say you've lived there 10, 15 or more years, and now you're wanting to do a major kitchen remodel, and it opens up into your family room, living room, great room, whatever you want to call it. And that's going to mean painting and flooring. Well, now we're just talking additional costs because you haven't updated anything else over all those years. So we're going to have to look at what type of flooring we're going to do. We're going to have to look at painting everything. And then, when we're done with this brand new space, what's that furniture going to look like? The window treatments, do we need to update those as well? So there's a lot of factors that go into all of this, not just, okay, how much does my kitchen cost to remodel? Because I can tell you, well, you can go to a big box store and get very inexpensive cabinets, and on the outside, they may look really good, and for, let's say, the average person, they may not know the difference between a very well made cabinet and one that's not so well made, let's say, because the cabinets that we deal with are all plywood construction. And that makes a big difference when you're talking construction of boxes of cabinets. Because let's face it, the fronts of all cabinets, for the most part, are going to be wood. Unless you're doing some frameless cabinet or it is one of the new beautiful substrates that they've come out with, and it's a shiny lacquer, solid. I'll say it's almost a solid surface, right? I've even seen where they face them some of the times with porcelain or stone. It's incredible what they can do now with cabinetry. But let's say you're looking at a wood stained or painted cabinetry. Most of the time, if you're looking at painted cabinetry, that door is going to be, I'll say, an MDF door, because that's going to give you the cleanest paint surface to work with. Or it could be a white oak, which then will drive the cost up. So then you also have to look at the construction of the cabinets and the construction of the drawers. Are you going to have more drawers than doors? And then, are they slow close? Do the drawers have the little flippers underneath the drawers so you just pull them and the drawer pops right off, and then you can put the drawer back down and slide it back in? Very easy, with a full extension glides for that drawer. And then how much weight do those big drawers hold? So all of this needs to go into planning. And nowadays, with the specialty that you can get into cabinetry for your utensils, spices, if you're a big baker, the pull up for your KitchenAid stand mixer, or if you've got something fancier, that can be integrated. The blind corner units, the big tall pullouts where you can have everything beautifully stacked and see everything when you pull that pullout out. And there's so many options now for cabinetry that you're not going to find in a lower end cabinet. So these are all things that you have to take into account. And it's kind of like going to the dealership and saying, "How much is a new car gonna cost me?" Well, what kind of car do you want? So check out the cost versus value report by Remodeling Magazine, and I'll delve into pricing and what goes into kitchen remodeling and the materials that go into it and the differences in the cost and also the difference in the materials because there is a big difference between quartz, granite, porcelain, quartzite, marble, and then we won't even get into how you can protect marble or natural stone or the fabrication and all that kind of stuff. So follow along. You'll see more from me as we go. And we'll just delve into this pricing, you know, that's just made such a big impact all across the board. And I'll have to be honest, there are times that I am even shocked at how much items cost. That, let's say, 10 years ago, a refrigerator may have been $2,000 and now it's like 3,500. So we'll delve in a little bit more as we go along and put in your questions that you might have below, and I will try to answer those too. And if you have specific questions about a brand or a material that you want to use, ask me that too. I will be more than happy to help you with that.